passionately attached to one particular person whom he cherished above all. And this is by, go over and say, Ranulph Higden, Polychronicon. Polychronicon. Now, let's read that part now. It says, yeah, Edward was the fourth but eldest surviving son of Edward I by Margaret of France. Okay, so now let's go see a picture of Edward II. Now we'll show you Edward III, and we'll show you pictures of Edward the Black Prince and the two brothers. Look at this, no doubt whatsoever. Edward II. Edward II. Okay, a black king of England. No doubt whatsoever. You could see that. Without a shadow, that's a black man you're looking at. Look at the brother. Okay, this is your true record of black Hebrew Israelite Jews ruling in England. Remember, you had the Anglo-Saxons down up in England ruling. The word British means covenant man. The word Brit means covenant. Ish means man. So British means covenant man. The word England means angel land, land of the angels. And Anglo-Saxons means angels, sons of Isaac. Were they Jews, and they were black. So that's Edward II. Okay. King Edward II. Now on page 224, I'm going to show you Edward III. He's the son of Edward II. And you remember Edward III had sons. And Edward the Black Prince, Lionel the Plantagenet, and that they were black. And we also show you Richard the Lionheart, and show you that was black. But Edward the third is the son of Edward II. It says 1327 to 1377, King of England. King of England. We just show you Edward II that he was black, he was a king of England. Now this is his son, Edward III, King of England. Okay, so now let's get the reading right there and see what it says about Edward III. It said, then the king leaped on a palfrey with a white rod in his hand. He rode from rank to rank, desiring every man to take heed that day to his right and honor. He spake it so sweetly and with so good countenance and merry cheer that all such as were discomfited took courage in the seeing and hearing of him. This is by Jean Froissart, Chronicles on the Battle of Crecy, 1346. So now let's go see a picture of Edward III. Edward III. Now get the bottom of it. Get the reading first. Son of... oh man. Get the reading first. It says, the gilt bronze tomb effigies of King Edward III and Queen. The word effigy means the actual image. The image is the same image, the actual image you're looking at. So the gilt bronze tomb effigies of King Edward III and Queen Philippa. Died 1369 in Westminster Abbey. The king's head, possible by John Orchid, seems based on a death mask, though the flowing hair and beard appear stylized. The queen's matronly figure is realistic. The effigy was made in later life. See 1367 by Jean de Liege, who had been employed at the French court. So now let's go look at Edward III and his queen. Look at that. Edward III, a black Jew, an Israelite, ruling in England, King of England, the son of Edward II. No doubt whatsoever that's a black man. Come upon it, focus upon it. Right, beautiful. You see, you could see that it's a black man right there. You're looking at Edward III of England. And his go over to his queen. That's his queen. You could see where they were rubbing the chocolate off her, but you could still see the dark spot all over her. But you could see they were rubbing her down and everything. But let's go back now again to Edward III. It says Edward III, and show his picture again. There you go. Right, focus on, right, beautiful. So Edward III, King of England, was what? A black Jew. And we had shown you a picture of Edward III again. And remember, he's the father of Edward the Black Prince and Lionel the Plantagenet. And all that, the whole line, they were all black. And I showed you a picture of Edward III, and I'm showing you another picture of Edward III. No doubt whatsoever, that's a black king you're looking at, ruling in England. That ruled in England. Okay? Now, on page 295, I'm going to show you another king of England, Henry VII. And we have other information and records showing you the Henrys, that they were black. Henry VIII, he was black. Now it said Henry VII, 1485 to 1509. King of England. King of England. Let's get some of the reading on Henry VII. It said his body was slender, but well built and strong. His height above the average. His appearance was remarkably attractive, and his face was cheerful, especially when speaking. His eyes were small and blue, his teeth few, poor and blackish. His hair was thin and white, his complexion solid. That's the description they gave of him. But you're going to see a picture yourself of Henry VIII, and that's by Polydore Virgil, English History. So now let's go and get a look at Henry VIII and his queen, okay, of England. Then they're going to come up on Henry VIII, then his queen. Now, I want to get the information right underneath this. Right, okay. So right underneath, yeah, right there, okay. It says, the gilt bronze tomb effigies of King Henry VII and Elizabeth of York in Henry VII's chapel, Westminster Abbey. They were made by Pietro Torrigiano between 1512 and 1519, after design by Guido Mazzoni, based on King Charles VIII's tomb at St. Denis, was rejected. The king's face seems more realistic than the queen's. Died 1503. Guardian saints are depicted on the sides of the tomb. So let's go look at Henry VII and Elizabeth of York. Okay, come upon Henry VII. Right, there you go. Look at it, that's another black king of England you're looking at. Henry VII. Okay? Now let's show Elizabeth of York, his queen. Elizabeth of York is queen. Okay, let's show the whole picture now. Okay, it's Henry VII and